Oh boy, we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna do some news first. I got some news, and then we're gonna get into the main attraction. So, Tony Khan announced that ROH Ring of Honor. We have some Ring of Honor news. No, it is not a TV deal yet, but on July 23rd, Death Before Dishonor shall be coming on pay-per-view. And if I am right, that is a Saturday. Ah, good Saturday pay-per-view from ROH, Death Before Dishonor. This is good. I really liked Supercard of Honor. I thought that was a fantastic show. So I'm looking forward to Death Before Dishonor. If I can make some predictions for what I think the match card will be, I think the world title match would be Jonathan Gresham versus Brian Cage. The Samoa Joe is going to defend the TV title against Jay Lethal. Mercedes Martinez will defend the women's title against Serena Deeb. FTR will defend the tag titles. I don't know who against, so I can't make a prediction on that one. Pure title, Wheeler Yuta probably going to defend the Pure title against Daniel Garcia, if I had to make a guess. I just had breakfast, so I'm doing this after I had breakfast. And I'm actually filming this on a Sunday. This never happens. But because I don't think I'll have time tomorrow to do it, I'm doing it today. Yeah. So Death Before Dishonor, looking forward to it. They revealed the new logo for ROH2. It's pretty much just like an updated version of the old school logo, which is fine. Better than some of the other stuff we saw. But yeah, Death Before Dishonor, July 23rd. So watching that. That's going to be fun. Kenny Omega has said that Cody Rhodes will still be in the AEW video game, AEW Fight Forever. Kenny said that Cody's still in it, which is good. I'm fine with that. That's cool. Real cool. So Cody's going to be in AEW Fight Forever and 2K23. Good for him. Keeping with the wrestling news, I'll just do all the wrestling news now. Io Shirai could be a free agent very soon. She's been in contract negotiations and she has not seemed keen to sign a new contract. And she's already said that she kind of wants to see more of her family. So yeah, Io Shirai, she's going to be a free agent soon. Or she could be, and if she is, she's going back to Stardom, and that's great. Alan Angels of the Dark Order, number 5, has left AEW. His contract was let. He wasn't fired, but they just let his contract expire and didn't renew it. And he apparently showed up at the newest setting of Impact tapings. And he's on a per appearance deal with them. So good for him. At least he's still got something, Sammy Big going on. And then the final part of wrestling news, Pac will be defending his All-Atlantic Championship against Shota Umino at a Rev Pro show. That's awesome. I love seeing belts from different companies being defended in different companies. It's always like a cool little thing of mine. But the AEW All-Atlantic title, the first title defense, is against Shota Umino at Rev Pro. That's really cool. I like that. That's really sweet. And that's the wrestling news. So now we'll move on to Doctor Who news. Just 2 of them. It is the 6th Doctor's newest box set, which is coming out next month. Purity Undreamed has story details now, which is great. So the first story, The Mindless Ones by Paul Mars. The Doctor, Mel, and Hebe visit Sheffield at the behest of Hebe's best friend Ellis. But Ellis has undergone a disturbing transformation. The mysterious Mindless facility claims to be able to change you for the better. But who decides what that is? Joining forces with anthropologist Professor Patricia McBride, can the Doctor and his friends save Britain from an insidious alien threat? Ooh, so apparently this Patricia McBride is going to be in the TARDIS. I don't know why. Reverse Engineering by Jonathan Morris is the next one. When Patricia is invited to a secretive Swedish clinic by an old colleague, she tips off the doctor Mel and Hebe, who go undercover to investigate. Charismatic geneticist Killian Home offers to restore youth to his wealthy parents, but the truth of his work is far more radical and far more dangerous. As an ancient horror reforms beneath the clinic, the doctor must race to save humanity from an unspeakable temporal disaster. So that's kind of like the Lazarus Experiment. And then the final one, Chronomancer by Robert Valentine. The Dr. Mel and Hebe take Patricia to see 26th century Sheffield, but their trip is cut unexpectedly short. Caught in the crossfire between time criminal Cavall and dashing Chronomancer Tanis Valen, the TARDIS crash lands back in the present. With a dimensionally transcendental artifact lost somewhere in the city, the Doctor and his friends must find it before Cavall can. But with resentments and prejudices finally unmasked, is an even bigger threat about to engulf the world. None of this interests me at all. None of this interests me at all. The Hebe stuff didn't really seem to interest me in the first set, and this one absolutely doesn't interest me one freaking bit. So I may skip this when I get to the 6th Doctor. And now the 9th Doctor stuff. Hidden Depths is the name of Season 2 Box Set 3 for the 9th Doctor. We have a bit of a description. We have the story names and some people who will be in it. So sometimes things lurk below the surface which only the Doctor can see. From a moon with poison seas to a 19th century health spa, even somewhere as everyday as a furniture store on a Sunday afternoon, there's always hidden depths and unseen dangers to uncover. So the first story, The Sea of Titans, is by Elizabeth Miles. The second story, Lay Down Your Arms, is by Lisa McMullen. And the final story, Flat Pack, is by John Dorney. And they promoted on this one that Liv from the 8th Doctor stuff is going to be in this one. And Tanya, who is Liv's girlfriend or wife or whatever the hell from Stranded, she's going to be there too. So this fits right up Chris Eccleston's alley. Right, Chris? You don't want to be a dinosaur who dies off, you dumb son of a bitch. And finally, we have some SAO news. Yes, that's what I said. SAO news. Alicization Licorice has its second paid DLC announcement. People have been apparently waiting for this for a long time, and they're finally getting the news. So, here we go. The DLC will be called Blooming of Matricaria. And we have the description here. It says, in order to protect the underworld to prevent the coming future of collapse, the human realm have been accumulating its strength. Kirito's sword has brought everyone together, and the bond has become power that can fight against any kind of difficulties they face. With Cardinal leading the group, the countermeasure fighting meeting for the final load test has begun. However, the bell of destruction rings unreasonably. The battle that shook the human realm, later known as the 100 Days War, had begun. 100 days into the destruction of the human realm. So they're not doing a War of Underworld type story. They're doing the 100 days before War of Underworld. We have a new character called Log. His description is a natively charming boy who has a distinctive eye patch over his right eye. He's from the human realm and seems to have known Kirito, Yujiro, and Alice for a long time. He fights like a mighty beast, making full use of his large shield and one-handed axe. So yeah, they've added shield and axes to the game. New character that's not a huge shocker, but the fact that it's a guy, which is sad because most SAO games, when they add new characters, it's mainly women. But cool, we got a guy in there. Good. Gotta get the homies in there now. So yeah, the fact that he says that he knows Kirito, Alice, and Yujiro for a long time, I've seen people saying that maybe he's the tree, but brought into human form. Which, that's an interesting theory. That's a very, very interesting theory. He's the tree brought to life. Alright, now for the main event, Blood and Guts review. So, last year, Blood and Guts, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Real fun. And I was really looking forward to this one. Again, I'm always excited for AEW, anything. And I'm also especially excited for when they do like these mini pay-per-view on TV specials. So, Blood and Guts, we kicked off with Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. This match was really good. I really liked it. The story of this one was Orange Cassidy was trying to body slam Ethan Page, but he couldn't. So, and Dan Lambert was there with he had like a bottle of orange juice. So big spot of the match, Orange Cassidy gives Ethan Page a Superman punch. Well, the orange punch as he call it. I say fruit punch because that's funnier. He takes the orange juice from Dan Lambert, takes a swig. He then missed Dan Lambert with the orange juice. Another fruit punch to Ethan Page, body slams him, and wins the match. I knew Ethan Page wasn't winning. Damn it. He's my boy. I love Ethan Page. I'd love if he could get a win. That'd be great as well. But this was just really fun, dude. Like, this was just great. The perfect opener. It was the perfect opener. Then Christian came out, cut another fantastic heel promo. I'm telling you, man, all we needed was to wait for Captain Charisma to just turn heel. Because I was saying, I want him to turn heel because then we're going to start going with Christian. And what happened? We are now going with Christian. I ordered his new shirt, which is, it's like the Outwork Everyone shirt, but it says work to everyone. That's awesome, and I bought the shirt, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. But he cut another promo. He's like, Jungle Boy, I was told to come out and apologize for what I said about your dead father. And he goes, and I am sorry that your whole family is dead, because they have to see you too, except your mother. And then he does the call me thing. Great, I love this man. And Christian came out in street clothes, and Giovanni goes, if you requested a match, you're not really dressed to compete. And he goes, well, I did request a match, but not for me. Out comes Luchasaurus. He's evil. He's evil, Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus Dark. He is Christian's right-hand man. I can't wait for it to be revealed he's Tyson Tomko under there. But he fought Serpentico. I say fought. He killed Serpentico. He won with, like, the snare trap, but like a nerve hold version of it. And then after the match, he just picked Serpentico up and splatted him on the freaking floor with a chokeslam. It was nuts. Then we had the Gun Club versus Danhausen and two mystery opponents. So it was Max Caster and the Gun Club versus Danhausen, and his mystery opponents were revealed to be FTR. So sadly, I had to root for them because god damn it, it's FTR. It was really cool to hear them be announced as the AAA, Ring of Honor, and IWGP Tag Team Champions. That was really cool. Anthony Bowens can walk is the big note from this one, because he walked. He got out of his wheelchair, and he went to hit Danhausen with the crutch, but instead, he hit Austin Gunn with it. And that allowed Danhausen to get the win for his team. After the match, the Gun Club was kind of like, they were getting the Acclaim's face. And Billy Gunn pushed Austin Gunn down. He chose his side. He's siding with the Acclaimed. Love how Billy Gunn chose the Acclaimed over his two sons. And then we had Jade Cargill with an open challenge for her TBS title. She fought Layla Gray, killed her in like 2 minutes. Nothing. Then cut a promo where Jade Cargill's like, I laid out the freaking open challenge, and freaking homegirl over here doesn't even work here. She answered it. But not Chris Statlander or Athena. Maybe that's because the two of you are lazy. And then that's when they came out, had a big brawl. Stokely Hathaway was like whispering something in Layla Gray's ear. Layla Gray then entered, and she helped Jade Cargill and Kiara Hogan beat up the babyfaces. And Layla Gray's like, oh sweet, I'm part of the baddies now. She went to shake Stokely's hand, but Jade Cargill just pushed her and went, no. So that'd be interesting if Layla Gray shows up again, or if this is just a thing they're going to do now, which is Stokely's going to get in people's ear and help and, convince them, oh, you could be part of the baddies if you help Jade. And then actually it doesn't happen. And then the main event, they gave the entire second hour of the show dedicated to Blood and Guts. And that was the perfect decision. This match was insane. There was lots of blood. Let me tell you that much. They lived up to the name Blood and Guts. There was lots of blood. A sad thing to note is Santana appears to have been injured in this match. He came in, he entered like a house on fire, he's getting his spots in, and then he landed awkwardly on his knee and he was done. He lasted like not even a minute in the match, and it sucks because he didn't get to do all the stuff he wanted, man. He was just like sitting near like the edge of the cage the whole match. That's a bummer, man. That's a real bummer. A big spot, of course, is there with thumbtacks. Of course, thumbtacks. People got suplexed onto the thumbtacks. Jericho gave, I think it was Angela Parker, a pile driver onto some broken glass. Okay. The Blackpool Combat Club did their elbow strikes in unison thing, which was great. When Eddie Kingston came into the match, he's just like not even like giving effort. It's like the people like the Darth Vader scene on Rogue One, where he's just nonchalantly just whipping them with a kendo stick. That's what Eddie was doing. And then, of course, big moment of the match. Sammy Guevara was thrown off of Blood and Guts through some tables and a crash pad below. That was insane. And then, the ending on top of the cage, Eddie Kingston has Chris Jericho on the stretch plum. And behind him, Claudio Castagnoli is giving Matt Menard the sharpshooter. And Matt Menard taps out. And Eddie Kingston's like, what happened? Jericho didn't tap. And then he looks behind him and he sees Claudio's like, we did it, man. He tapped. We did it. We did it. We won. And Eddie's like, you son of a bitch. But Eddie's also not like, he's like, but we did win. And he's like, yeah, okay, we won. But he's like, Claudio stole his victory. Claudio stole his vengeance. He didn't get to make Chris Jericho tap. That's good storytelling. That's good storytelling. So Eddie and Claudio can see the fight in the future. But Blood and Guts, man, that match that ruled. I think it was better than last year's. This Blood and Guts, I think it was way better than last year's. Not to say last year's was bad. Last year's was also really good, but I think this one outdid it. And that's it. That's all I got. Blood and Guts was great. I'll be back sometime. I don't know when. with more of this. Hopefully there's not too much that happens, because I gotta take care of my brother a lot now.